So if we go to the fourth factor of health, think you said it was?
Yep. Basically, we are just the accumulation of our thoughts. Like your who you believe you are, how you believe your life is. If you believe that you're happy, you're happy. If you believe that you're sad, you're sad. So we have to understand the power of our thoughts. The kind of like saying is your thoughts become your words become your actions dictate your life. So we want to control our thoughts. And that's not the right word. We want to be aware of our thoughts and then pay attention to the ones that serve us and let the other ones go. So we have a really simple framework that help people identify whether they're thoughts that they should hang on to or let them go. Because we all have the good ones, we all have the bad ones. And it's a spectrum. On the lower side, you have thoughts that sound like a victim, right? Which is all about pointing fingers. It's somebody else's fault. It's all about external circumstances. The weather sucks, the traffic sucks, the politics suck, living here sucks. It's their fault. I can't get ahead because of that. All right, pointing fingers instead of pulling thumbs. Then there's the pessimist, which is just negative. It's so hot outside. They just complain. It's so hot outside. This workout's terrible. All the negativity that surrounds them, and we know those with a pessimistic mindset will be outperformed by those with an optimistic mindset. Fighter pilots, ER surgeons, classical violinists, athletes, everyone that has a positive mindset will outperform somebody with a negative mindset. So why would we want to hold on to that? So we will try to be more positive. So that's not the highest level, and that's what most people aspire to, is to be an optimist. But the optimist has a couple things. The first one is they think that just everything's going to be fine. Don't worry about it. It'll be fine. Everything's going to turn out just okay. Things don't always do that. They lack bracing. And when things do actually go bad, they crumble. They just get destroyed. This is the Stockdale paradox. It has to do with prisoners of war. James Stockdale was one of the highest ranking officers that was captured in the Vietnam War. They said, "How did you make it?" He said, I was realistic about what was happening. I was like, this is going to be terrible, but I can survive it. That's what we're trying to get to, is be a realist. This is going to be terrible, but it will end and I can't survive this. He said that the optimists were the ones that actually died first. Don't worry, guys, we'll be up by Christmas. Christmas would come and go and they died of a broken heart. The pessimists actually outlived them. So pessimists can outperform people in certain situations. Mostly you want to, when you're preparing, you want to be a pessimist. When you're about to enter into the event, you want to be an optimist.
Yeah, it's
So
like
like,
prepare for the worst, hope for the best,
exactly right.
prepare for the worst, right?
Yeah. What are all the things that could potentially go wrong? Right. And think about
It,
those
it very much
contingencies.
it very much reminds me of something I heard about the Buds, the Navy SEAL Academy, and how they did, and I don't know if it was interviews at the end or an audit of all the people that had gone through, those that had succeeded, those that gave up, and it seemed like one of the trends that they picked up is that those that succeeded has had the shortest expectation of getting to the next sunrise, getting to the next meal. I think they had a meal every 6 hours during Hell Week. And those that said, "Oh, I'm going to make it through the 6 months," those didn't do as well.
That's
So
right.
it's a bit
Exactly right.
in the same area, right?
Exactly right. Yeah. Yep. Just so if you have like this victim mindset, pessimist mindset, optimist, realist mindset, which is this is going to be hard, but I can survive this. Then there is the highest level, which is the warrior mindset, which is the understanding that we grow through challenges. So why would we not embrace and not necessarily, I don't want to say look forward to them. Nobody wants hardship, but when hardship comes upon us, which it's always going to, this is what the realist understands and the warrior understands. It's going to come. Well, when it comes to the warrior goes like, bring it on. This is where I'm going to grow. This is where I'm going to evolve. This is where I'm going to become better. So what we want to be able to do in terms of think is first become aware of the thoughts in our heads, and then get an understanding of, well, is this thought serving me or not? And what we want to do is get at least to be an optimist, because the optimist is not going to be detrimental for the most part, unless you're a prisoner of war. But in most situations, it'll serve us. Certainly, we need to start to re-navigate and reframe, let go of thoughts that are of the victim or the pessimist, because those are the really detrimental ones. And all we're trying to do is work with the little tiny weights, the mental weights. Every single time you get triggered, person, you're stuck in traffic. What's the thought process? It's really small. Cool opportunity to work on your mental fitness. People believe that this is just inherently ingrained in us. It's not. And people in our space, we know that if you want to get muscles lean, fit, and strong, it takes training. Well, your mind is no different. Some people have a leg up because both their parents were Olympians and they were brought up in an environment of training. And so when they become 7 years old, they're like, oh my God, look at the kid. He's a prodigy. It's like, no, he's just 7 years ahead of everybody else. It's the same thing with the mental stuff. But if we're not there, like the best time to plant a tree was 20 years ago. I get it. The next best time is today. We start working on this thing today. And when we feel that little trigger, we go, okay, where was that thought? And you label it. You go, okay, can I let that go? Can I reframe it? Can I bring this up to be something a little more productive? And we're just constantly trying to shift up and over to the right, kind of constantly elevating our minds. Sometimes it'll work and sometimes it won't. Just like sometimes you go in the gym and you can pick up 100 pounds, but then every now and then you walk over to the weights that are too heavy and you can't pick them up. I get it. Like, okay, that we're not ready for that yet. Meaning small things, the weather, traffic, your sports team loses, your phone doesn't connect to your car. Like all of those small little things are opportunities for us to go like, am I going to let this bother me? Am I going to get rattled by this? Because it shouldn't. If it does, I got work to do. Then you can start to handle the bigger things, right? Someone saying something about you on social media, your boss asking if you could talk first thing on Monday morning, your spouse saying something that triggers you. Those are bigger things. I don't know if we're ready to handle those yet. Probably not right away. Maybe with a little more space and perspective we can. And then there's the really big things, right? Like you lose your job, there's a recession, your kid gets shipped off to war, you lose a loved one. That's the 1,000-pound squats. Like there are some people on planet that can handle those things. I'm not one of them, but I'm not worried about handling those things. I'm going to try to train at my threshold to try to handle the smaller things. And maybe if I do this enough, I'll be able to handle those big things.